a great Sunday night. Just hanging out in the rod. Gonna put a couple decals on these rods tonight. So if y'all want to hang out for a little bit, check that out. See how I put decals on custom fishing rods, then you're more than welcome. If not, you know, oh well. No, I'm just kidding. We are going to put some decals on though. We'll put some decals on tonight. That's what we're going to do. Put some decals on tonight. Austin, what's up, man? Birch and Bullet, welcome, welcome. True Carolina, how you doing tonight, brother? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Hope y'all doing great. We're going to put some decals on some rods tonight. I'm only going to try to be on about an hour, so we're going to get rolling right with it, y'all. We're going to get rolling right with it. This rod is a small rod that I done on Facebook, and I'm shooting it out to one of my subscribers, and we're putting a decal on it. Luckily, these decals are a lot smaller than normal decals, so that I put on. So they're the smaller the decal in this range is easier to put on. But if you get the big ones, sometimes they're a little tough. You got to worry about bubbles and worry about them. You know, it gets kind of hectic. This shouldn't be too bad. What's up, K Joe? Welcome, 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 everybody. I hope everybody's having a great night. First, we'll show them off. See what we got here. We got the ugly stick. We're gonna put the ugly stick one on tonight. I'm pretty sure I got a nice coat on it. It turned out good. We're gonna put the ugly stick one on. We're gonna put this one that goes on here, which is a name, and then we're gonna put. I'll show y'all what I do to them after I put the epoxy on. How I make sure they're good to go and everything. So this is the one we're gonna put on for here. Is this ugly stick over here? Yep. We'll save that one for a minute. That's ugly stick right there. I just gained 10 subscribers on my stream seconds ago. That's awesome, man. That's awesome when you go live and gain up some subscribers. That is awesome, brother. That's one of the reasons I like to go live. Is to you can gain pretty good subscribers going live if you get a good feed. Best stream I ever had. That's awesome, man. I don't know why I don't catch y'all streams. But I think I might be following you. If I'm not, it's because I can't. I gotta look you up. I need you to comment on something, maybe, so I can look you up. These come huge. This thing, you know, it's got a lot. That's all double-sided. It's a double-sided, you know what I mean? Pull the back side of that off and you got your decal. Get the paper out the way. So, but we're gonna cut it down to size because we're not gonna do it that big. You know what I mean? I would go comment. There you go, man. If you do that, I can subscribe to you. Sometimes I can't subscribe. I don't know why it does that to me. I'm not sure why it does that. Not sure. First thing I'm gonna do, y'all, is I'm gonna get a little bit of alcohol in this. I'm gonna make sure this is clean. Very first thing I do when I put a decal on is I make sure it's clean as possible. I'm talking just clean as I can get it, because once you put that decal on, it's there. I mean, if you got anything under it, a smudge, a fingerprint, whatnot, this and that, it's going to be there. Forever preserved. That'll be the key word tonight when you put decal on. It's forever preserved. I don't want to get a whole lot on my thread right there. What I've done since the last time y'all seen this is I put this band on it right here. Little band up here. That way I got something for my epoxy to go to. A nice edge in front of my decal. So, first thing we want to do is make sure we get it good and clean. Y'all, hold on. I'm trying to bring it up so I can see y'all's comments a little better. There we go. I can see y'all's comments a little better that way. Yeah, if you do that, brother, I can get to you. Then I can follow you or subscribe, you know. All right, so this is a spinning rod. As y'all know, when you're holding it, it's down like that. The guide's not up like that, it's down. So I want this to be able to be read while you're fishing with it. So on a spinning rod, if you want that to happen, you got to put it on the top side of the spinning rod. You know what I mean? If you had a casting rod and it was that way, you would put it on that side, because your guides are, you know, y'all know the difference in casting and spinning. So, but that is one thing to pay attention to, because, you know, I mean, you got to put that thing on the right spot. You don't want to put it on the side or something. So Make sure you're straight up and down when you put your decal on. All right. That's just a tip. Pro tip. What's up, Chris? Welcome, welcome, brother. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Gotcha, Birch, man. I got you, brother. So all I'm going to do, y'all, is cut this out. I don't try to make it real big. The smaller it is, the kind of the better. So it being this big on wide, we're definitely going to cut the length off. But this being this wide, I'm going to cut that down too a little bit. So about half the blank is what I cover with the sticker. I don't want to have to go all the way around because sometimes it's hard to flip that thing all the way around like that. So I'm going to cover half the blank with it. So I'm going to shorten this with the length and the width. So let's see. I'm going to just kind of get it in the middle there. That's where I want it. I'm going to make sure I make it small enough to where and it's not super critical that you make this cut completely straight. It's all going to disappear when you put it on there. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be symmetrical on your, you know what I mean? I mean, you don't want it real bad. But you don't have to go measuring nothing out to cut these decals out. Just get it real close and as close as you can by eye because that's just going to be a waste of time because it covers up. It don't matter where the edge of it is. And I'm going to center this sticker out. Even if the edge of this sticker and that edge ain't lined up in between the middle, as long as the name is, you won't see the edges of this when we get done with it. And so I'm just going to make sure I got enough room to play with in there so I can move it left or right. Just going to do the same thing. Pop that off. So now I got Embley here with my length straightened out. Jeanette, what's up? Welcome, welcome. I kind of know where I put these at, so I kind of know where I'm going to hit it at, y'all. But you want to take it up there, and you want to make sure, you know what I mean? I got the top kind of where I want it. I want it to go around about half that blank. So I'll measure it up. If you got a big decal and you got to do some measurements, it happens sometimes. There we go. Now I got this thing broke down. You don't want to go much smaller than that. I got a little bit on each side because how we're going to do this is we're going to put two stickers. And I'm going to show y'all how I peel it apart with two stickers as my lay down stickers, so I don't have to touch any of the opposite side of the sticky part of the decal. If y'all know what I'm saying, because that's the worst part you want to do. You don't want to do that. Which is what we're going to get ready to do. I'm going to show y'all how I do that. All right, we got our little sticker down. Now we got our sticker down there. What it is just like a two-sided tape. You know what I mean? I'm going to take two pieces of masking tape. I'm going to put it on each side of this decal, have them where they touch at the end there. And when I pull them apart like that, it's going to pull the back side off and it's going to pull this decal apart of it. And I'm going to have my exposed adhesive side. At that point, you know, you got your two wings with your, you can put it down. That's what we're getting ready to do right now. Build me some little wings for it. I'll take that one. I'll set it right there. Build another little wing. I could have cut all these ahead of time, but I figured you might as well see how I do it. I mean, I don't want to throw off parts and not do it. So we're going to make 4 little wings because we're going to, well, we don't need 4 wings. I'll make 3. We're calling them wings tonight. How's your day been? It's been good, brother. It's been pretty good. It's been rainy here, which is kind of annoying. I'm going to put this down. I'll show y'all what I got when I get it on there. I'm thinking about this. On the top side, I don't like to cover the actual decal with it. Put a little bit of smaller. Cut a little bit of that off so it's not quite as long. There we go. Now what I've built here, I don't know if y'all can see that, dang it, but it's a little tab that I can pull apart on each side of this decal. So when I pull this thing apart, I got control of it without having to hold it with my fingers. Excuse me, y'all, because you don't want to get a fingerprint on this thing. You don't want to get a fingerprint on it. You don't want to get anything under it or anything like that, because it's going to be there. And if you do and get something you can't get up and can't get rid of, it's going to be there forever. I mean, it's going to be stuck on there forever. So now we got our decal set up and ready. I'm going to go ahead, and on the top side is this one as well. So I'm going to make that one a little smaller too, y'all. That's going to be for a little bit more control on that decal. Once I pull it off, I'll have another little tab over here just to pop it down with, and then they'll pull off. Okay. So now what I got is a decal. Probably looks crazy, but this is what I got. It's a decal ready to be laid on the blank. All right. Now, I told y'all I still don't like it. I don't like doing this, really. But I'll show you how we do it. All right. So we're going to turn it the exact way. Like I said, make sure this is a spinning rod. We want to be able to read this decal while we're fishing. So we're going to put it with, So we're going to put it with guides down on a spinning rod. That way right up here is the decal that we're looking at it while we're fishing. All right. Y'all can see I hate doing this, and sometimes this part don't work. All right, I'm going to pull this off. Once I pull this off, you know what I'm saying, it's go time. So I'm going to make sure everything's where it needs to be. So all I got to do is pull this decal off and set it straight down. That is the plan, my friend. All right, I get it on this back side, and I flip it just like this. So when I pull it off like this, I'm ready to go down with it. Get her straight. Hopefully she'll come off the first time. She's wanting to be a pain. All right. Here we go. All right, we got Emily off there, okay? All right, come on, Emily. Come on. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We're slapping a decal on this custom rod. If you just tuned in, you're probably in for a show. Because if I don't get this right, I'm going to be cussing. And I don't cuss a lot. All right. What I like to do, y'all, is I like to kind of bow it in and just let it sit. That's how I like to do it. I'm going to get this Emily right in the middle. I'm getting a glare. Okay. Let me sit down with y'all. I'm getting too much of a glare off my light. Sorry, y'all. I can't turn it towards y'all. I got to turn it towards me. There we go. I'm going to set it straight in the middle first. Bam, down like in the middle. Just like that. And we're going to lay this down. I'm going to roll the backside down. Start back from back where, so I don't get no bubbles trapped. Go back past where your line, you even thought your line was going to be. You know what I mean? Way back here. Don't come up here. Don't come up to the end and start pushing it down. You're going to run into chaos trying to put this decal on. So make sure every time you go that way, you go well past where your crease was, and then back down this way the same way. If you don't do that, if you ever do this, you'll see why. Don't say I didn't warn you. You know what I mean? All right, now we get to peel this off. And I do it the same way with it. I make sure tape usually comes off pretty good. That's why I use masking tape instead of or scotch tape instead of white clear. Because this seems to come off better. Now, I'm going to make sure we got it. It doesn't hurt to just go back and make sure you got it. You can wipe everything off this side. You can't wipe it off the other side, y'all. I'll show y'all how this looks when I get done. It's pretty good. It's not bad. Hopefully we did good. The main thing is we want to get it like that, peeled up, and then pull back that way. not with the sticker, against it. We want to pull the way, you know, just like we're sliding across the sticker, because that'll peel it, man. If it peels it up, you'll hate it. So we'll peel it backwards like that. There we go. Peel it backwards. Get it coming up like this one on the side. Make sure you're pushed down good. Get it coming up. And another way to do it good too is don't make your tape a lot wider than the decal, because then you got to run across it from the other direction. So we'll peel it up like that. I'm just starting to hit it. Now I'm going to pull back with the sticker, not against it. Oh, there we go. Put it on there like that. That's Emily. That's good. That's Emily right there. Y'all, it's probably backwards for y'all because, but it's going to disappear. You can't hardly see it now, them lines, like I was talking about. When we cut that thing out, you can't hardly see them anyway. So whenever we put some color preserver like we're going to do on it, and we do all that, it's going to look pretty sharp. You know what I mean? It's going to look pretty sharp. Y'all, I'm sorry, I was messing. I was into that. I had to pay attention. My girlfriend doesn't like. Does you? Been pretty good, buddy. I'm in trouble because y'all, that looks pretty good. That's going out to an awesome follower right there. What we'll do is we'll put color preserver on it, and then a small coat of epoxy on it as well. So that's Emily. We got Emily out of the way. Give me just a minute, y'all, move a few of these things. So we're going to repeat this process on another rod that we got here. Make sure that was the Emily pack. Man, that'd be sucking if it wasn't. All right, let's see here. That one. We're going to put that ugly stick decal on here. Yeah. We're going to put that ugly stick decal on this one. We got one more decal to slap on here. We'll set this one just right over here for a minute. Slap a little color preserver on it. Here in just a minute. So let's see. Here we got another pretty awesome rod, y'all. This is one we've redone. It's an ugly stick, and we've been working on it right up here, and we're going to try to put us a decal right in between these two. I added this black band right here. It's the same as I added the red one on that. Keep this thing where we can put epoxy in between it and keep the sticker right. Keep that sticker right, you know what I mean? Let's see if we can get that light on it a little better. What's up, John? Okay, fishing, how y'all doing tonight? Hope y'all are doing good. Hope y'all are doing good. You know what I'm saying? But we'll get that thing fixed and going on there. We'll get this decal. We're going to do the same. We're going to repeat the same process and get it on there. So this is the one we got for it. It's just a remade sticker that was on it before the ugly stick, y'all. And it's going to be the same way. It's going to be huge. Big old huge sticker. We're going to have to cut it down. First thing we're going to do is cut it down. Get it right. Get it the right size. You know what I mean? Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me if you don't mind. Please hit the like. Y'all like it. And if you don't mind, hit that like button. You can sub up too. You can sub to the page if you like fishing. You like custom fishing rods. You hit that sub button too. I don't mind. Y'all, I think I got that pretty smooth, and I was talking about this and how I was going to get it smooth enough to put a decal on it, because what we did was covered up some old thread right there that looked ugly. So we can make this ugly stick look good again. Y'all, that's a good-looking ugly stick, ain't it? That's a dang good-looking ugly stick. Finn Garrett, what's up, man? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing good tonight. John said, nice fat wrap you got on the wall. Man, appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that, man. This one's a little bigger. This one's going to be a tight squeeze in here, y'all. So first, I'm going to get my width right. So I still have room to move in here. Get our width right. Like I said, this ain't got to be symmetrical right here. Perfect on each side. Like y'all see on that one. You can't see the lines on it. They're going to disappear. So we're going to cut this out. This sticker's going to look sweet on here too. Man, I can't hold that thing. That thing's shaking back and forth. Gotta cut that one a little bit close. It's all right though. I only want it to go about halfway around the blank. I don't want this thing going all the way around the blank, so I'm going to cut some off the top. And I know it's going to hit it. Hit it there on the bottom. Ah! Can you make northern pike rods? Man, I can make about any fishing rod out there, brother. I can make about any fishing rod out there. You know, I just need some specs and need to know what all, you know, needs to be done with it. Specs and things like that. I can build just about any fishing rod out there. Anyone that got out there, brother. What's up, Yakin? Need a 1-piece 5 spinning rod. Something for me in the future. Man, heck yeah. We can do it, man. We can do it. Waylon Fishing said hi. What's up, brother? You build the entire rod? Not this one, brother. That one you just seen up here I built. This one I just did a marble job and covered it with some thread and put some new shrink wrap. This was a 25-year-old ugly stick that I had that started looking real bad. Pitted EVA grips and all that stuff. So I took it and put some new shrink wrap on it. There's shrink on it. Wrapped it with that. Put some nice marble on it. Man, I just redone the rod there. Got a new ugly stick. Ugly stick sticker right here. Put on it. No, man, I built, man, I got a whole lot. I got a beautiful site in front of me of custom fishing rods. I built up, but I remodeled some of my own like this, man. When they get ugly and hideous looking, I give them a little little makeover. You know what I'm saying? Give them a little makeover. Appreciate that, brother. Boom, boom, there, baby. Y'all make sure you hit that like button if y'all don't mind. Hit that, tap that screen. How about a rod and how much? Man, the rods run, they run anywhere, man. It depends on what you want, what you got. You know, what you want, what you're looking for. You know, catfish and this, and there's a couple of details. Catfishing rods can run up $300-400, man. Get a nice custom one made. Heck yeah, man. Catfishing rods, though, we got a nice one up here going on. Once I get this decal on here and put that on, and I'll show y'all. There's a nice catfishing rod up there. We gotta put this thing on here real quick. We're gonna make us a couple wings real quick. Y'all give me just a minute. Make a couple of wings to put on this decal. Put a wing on each side so we don't mess up the I want to get a fingerprint on it. Alright. I want it to stay ugly, stick down this way when we read it. Can't go around that way, so we're going to have to go with the length of it right there. We got it right there. I don't know if y'all can read that. It might be straight backwards like that. Ugly stick. Nice, like, italic. You know what I mean? We're going to slap that bad boy right on there, too. Do like we did just on this other one. We're going to put our... That's right. Try to keep that off there. I don't like... I like to leave a little end past where the writing is on it so you can get a... So you can actually get... So you can actually get a... So you don't... I don't like covering the decal with it because the decal on the top can be scratched off. I found that out a hard way. Put one on one time and I used my varnishing tool, which is a real hard plastic tool. And I I started rubbing down on it, and I rubbed every bit of the writing off. I had to order a new one, take that off, had to pull it all off. It was awful. I don't even like to talk about it, to be honest. But you can, so I don't even like to put the sticker over the top of the decal where the actual sticker is. Oh, we're gonna put this on the top. We're making our little wing thing going on here. There we go. Got my little wings built, y'all. So I ain't got to touch this sticker at all. I can lay this sticker down. The only thing I got to touch is the top side, which is the side we don't have to worry about touching. So on this rod, it's a two-piece, as y'all know. It's a two-piece rod. So I'm gonna line it up. You know, I can't really go off the guides. I got to line it up with the seat. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go completely upside down from the seat. Let's pull this apart and get ready if we can. All right, we got it ready. And I feel like, well, I got a hold of it. We'll pull that. I wiped it once, but cleaned them both real good before I started. But I don't remember if I touched it or not. But if I did, I got it taken care of there. All right. I'm going to slap this decal on here. About to transform this ugly stick and bring it back to life. Gonna bring it back to life. Make sure I got that right. I'm gonna do that middle. Make sure I get that middle down. The middle's the main part you're worried about. Oh, don't stick like that. The bigger the decal is, the kind of a little bit harder it is to. This one's going to be a little bit funner because it's not completely level. Like it's not on the blank. We got a little bit of. It's not quite level because of the epoxy we already have on it. We're laying a decal on epoxy. So we're trying to keep that side up. And spinach, get a little mixture right there. I can cover it up if I get a little boo-boo, but I don't want to make a big one. So I want to go and pack past where I put it down in the middle. That way I don't have the chance of catching air bubbles in it. Up past where I put the decal on. There we go. That's how I'm going to put it on. Put ugly stick. Make it an ugly stick, baby. Make that ugly stick look good again. Alright. That's why I say again, when I peel this thing off, I want to come back towards the sticker a little bit there. Make sure everything's down. Come back towards the sticker when I pull it off. That way I'm not pulling towards, pulling the sticker off like the way you put it down. Y'all know what I'm saying with that, right? When you pull that up, it's going to try to pull that sticker up. So you want to be able to get on this side enough to where you can pull it off like that. Y'all probably understand that. I just want to make sure y'all understand what I'm saying with that because I don't want y'all to be like, I don't want anybody to be like, what are you talking about? If you don't understand nothing, ask. I'll answer a question. I'm not looking at them a lot right now because, like I said, I hate doing this, y'all. There's a little bit of a spot right here I'm going to have to work out, but I ain't worried. It's good. It'll cover. Good, right, nice. Take it apart. It's a two-piece, y'all. Ugly stick. It's not a bad decal. See this ugly stick right there? So now I'll put a couple of coats of epoxy. Well, we're going to put some color preserver on this and a couple of coats of couple of coats of epoxy will cover that thing right there up, y'all. It'll cover that up pretty nice. Y'all, this is it's a two-piece, like 5-foot rod. I've had it for like 25 years since I was in high school, and this thing was looking hideous, so I put a remodel job on it, y'all. The thing looks sweet now. Put a remodel job on that thing right there. So what we'll do is we'll put a little, I hope it holds good on this. I do see some imperfections. We ain't worried about that. Y'all give me just a second. Let me grab a towel. We're going to put some color preserver on this. Y'all are probably like, what's color preserver? I'll show you. It's what we use to seal our threads. It's what we use on it. It's really like an adhesive, basically. Seals your threads, keeps epoxy from digging down in it and getting in it. I put it over my decals as a mini rod builders to keep a nice fresh coat across the top of it, protect it, and to keep the epoxy from trying to get up under the actual decal itself. If you know what I mean. And that way you got a good, nice, tight top. Here we go. It's not so ugly no more, you know what I mean? Nice. You order from Mudhole? Absolutely. 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 That's where I got these decals from, brother. Got them from Mudhole myself. RM Outdoors, what's up, brother? Garrett Stafford, nice. Appreciate that, brother. Looks good, said badass barista. Thank you. Thank you. I missed a bigger comment there. Missy Kinney, I'm building a Atrex 3.5 black and silver. What kind of marble pattern do you go with? I'm thinking black and silver flames between the... Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. That's awesome. Hey, hit that sub button. I'll sub you back. Comment on something like one of my other videos so I love seeing other rod builders and stuff, man. You know what I mean? Oh, gosh. I love meeting other rod builders and stuff and everything. That marbling, man, it's just I just go buck wild on that marble. I haven't done any designs. I've looked into it and I can do some designs with marble, but I haven't really done a bunch. This is just I just covered up the old yellow epoxy that was on this ugly stick from it being so old and turning. I just covered it up, so I just went wild with which that's pretty much what I do with my marble all the time, you know. I don't really go with any exact patterns, you know. Let's put this on this loud wheel for a minute, y'all. My bearings are going out in this thing. We're going to get every ounce of it. This old CRB done had enough. It's done spun a lot of rods, though. It's done spun a lot of rods. I'm just going to put a little coat of this on it. You work there. Where do you work at? Where do you work at? You come out. Like you work at Ugly Stick? Is that what you're talking about? You work at Ugly Stick? The company or something? That's cool if you do. Just gonna put a little coat on this on here. I'm just gonna try to seal it a little bit with it. Do a little seal with it. Mudhole customer service. Oh, I got you. I got you. Hey, hit that sub button, man. Yeah, man, that's all I've ordered. I've ordered from Get Bits a little bit, but I prefer Mudhole, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, definitely. I do, really, honestly. I get 90% of my stuff from Mudhole. We'll dry this up real quick. Put a little dry on this, let it turn for a minute up here. Then I'm going to slap some on that other one, and I'm going to put a coat of epoxy on it, y'all. Because I don't like to wait. Put the epoxy on it. I made a little boo-boo with this sticker, but I ain't going to show y'all. You'll never know. I can keep my hand behind it so I don't burn it. Gotta get it right there. That ain't too bad. Got it nice and shiny. Ready to slap that coat of epoxy on it here in a minute. Alright, we'll do the same thing to this one. We're gonna do the same thing to Emily, y'all. Emily's about to get the color preserver. Yeah, I still got to get my out seat at Get Bits. You ever use Crocs blanks? I've never used one. I'd love to build one, but I've never had nobody actually get that blank from me, you know, and I actually purchased one. Done quite a few rain shadows, bro. I like rain shadow. I'm a rain shadow man. I like bats and I like rain shadow, man. That's all I can say. I like rain shadow. It's a nice blank. Old bats and Enterprise. Now I'm just gonna slap another coat, a little coat of this on here too. Seal up this decal for us. Then we'll put some epoxy on it. But yeah, I'm 90% mud hole. I'm about to order some. I'm about to order a couple of blanks from y'all. But this week, I'm about to order about 5 actually. So email BigSrod's@outlook.com. Let me know your name, man. So I can give you, man, I'll give you some props up there, you know what I mean? When I order my stuff, I'll be like, yo, Billy or Joe or John's awesome, man. Give him a raise. He's good in customer service. But seriously, everybody, I do. If anybody has any questions or if anybody wants to know anything, BigSrod's, just type it out. BigSrod's. BigSrod's@outlook.com. Send an email to me, you know what I mean? And I can reply to you on here. If you want. I'm going to find a way I can put it in there. I don't know if I can comment. Find a way to put it in there. Yeah. I'm going to write it in there and see if it goes right. Give me just a minute. BigSrod's at Outlook. We'll put it in the chat for you real quick. .com. So if y'all, anybody has any questions or anything like that, or if they want to, you know, questions or anything like that, just send me an email. You know what I mean? I slapped it in the chat there. Dude, I'm going to send you my survey. Send it on, brother. Send it on. I got you, bro. I got you. No, I ain't got no problems with mud hole, though, man. That's what I mean, ever since I pretty much started, I've been using mud hole. They're pretty good up there. But if anybody does need to ask a question, just like a DM, I guess, or send messages how you do it on other ones, I ain't figured out how to do that on here, so you can shoot me an email. I can send you back. That email is strictly for BigSrod's anyway. Social media stuff is what that was made for. You know, I'm just drying this off a little bit, making it dry up a little faster. Usually I let it sit in air dry for about 45, 30 minutes. But we only got to do it about 10 minutes or here or so like this. 5 or whatever. Get it, I've got to get it dry. Chris, man. Man, I'm not in either. I'm in a hobby, brother. I'm in a hobby, my man. I'm in a hobby, brother. We just talking, bruh. Y'all, what we're going to do is I'm going to make up a little batch of epoxy real quick. You know what I mean? I'm not in wholesale or retail really either, man. I just do it kind of for a hobby. I'm making a couple of rods for some people. I got, you know, on my page. I build them on YouTube here, and you know what I'm saying? I do them on Facebook too and everything, and people reach out to me, and I do a little bit here and a little bit there, you know what I mean? Do a little bit here and a little bit there. Oh. It's all good, Chris. If you're not creating content, And you're just on YouTube to watch videos, you wouldn't have none of that stuff. Which quite a few people do. Yeah, man. I mean, do I make rods for people and receive payments? Yeah. I sure do. But I mean, I don't advertise. I ain't no company. I don't have an LLC. I don't have a business license. I thought about doing the business front and trying to get in the mud hole, not apprentice, but whatever, where you get, deals or whatever. We can stop spinning that for a minute, y'all. We got that thing pretty sweet. We ain't gonna need much here. We're just putting a nice little coat to hold it. We're gonna do 1 milliliter of this flex coat right here. UV high build. I don't like to use the thin build. I like to use the high build, y'all, on my flex coat. BRB. Yeah, man. I'll be putting in an order to mud hole probably Tuesday. I'll be putting in an order to mud hole. I don't know why. I'm a little bit shaky tonight. I don't know why my hands are a little bit shaky tonight. Not sure why that is. I got to retire this brush right here. I've used this for quite a few. I usually rinse it out and use it quite a few times, but I've used it a whole lot of times for my color preserver. It's about time to retire that bad boy. Cool Kids. That's the name. What is your biggest fish? My biggest fish is a 45-pound blue catfish. Caught on a rod and reel, baby. Heck yeah. That's the truth. 45-pound blue cat. That's the biggest fish I've ever caught. All right, we're going to stir this for 5 minutes, y'all. Then we're going to put a nice slick coat on top of these decals so we can go ahead and seal them up tonight. Seal the deal on old Emily and Ugly Stick over there. Y'all know what I mean? Cool Kid says it's nice. It is, to me, that's pretty nice, you know what I mean? That's the biggest catfish. I've caught a pretty good size 18-pound almost channel cat. That's about a trophy size. If you catch a channel cat in the 20-pound range, that's considered a trophy. Channel cats they don't get real big. Although there is a huge one in the upper 50s that was caught right here in the state I'm in. Can any of y'all guess what lake the world record? There's a world record catfish set here in my state. It's the channel cat. Y'all know what state I'm in and what lake it was in? Y'all let me know in the chat right there if you know what state I'm in and what lake that was taken from. It's a world record in this state for a channel cat. Still till this day, been a record for a long time. We're just talking for 5 minutes, y'all, till we get this epoxy done, and I'm going to throw it on here. Everybody but Badass Barista gets the answer. Santee will work. Chris said you cheating. That is true. Jeanette, you cheating. Jeanette already knew that. It's not in Michigan. No. Not the world record channel cat. The world channel checker. Miss Kinney said SC. That's right. That's right. South Carolina. South Carolina holds the world record for the channel catfish. It was caught in the Santee Reservoir right there. I think it was like the diversion canal. Because see, what you got in Santee's part of a big chain lake system. It's all connected. And it all starts right here about 5 miles from my house. You head on down the river and then you dump into the Santee Lake, and then you go from the Santee Lake and take the diversion canal. Takes you into what is, is it Moultrie? Which one is this? I don't know. I can't remember the name right now. Moultrie or Monticello, one of those two. I got those confused. But it dumps you down into there, and then you can head your way all the way out to the Atlantic Ocean. That's what's awesome about the river I'm in that I got right here. I can head all the way to the Atlantic Ocean in it. Santee Cooper, that's right. Jeanette said, I'm not far from that lake. I bet not. 69 pound. Hey, that's a record right there. Shoot, that's a nice record right there. Miss Kennedy, that's a nice shoot. That's a nice, you said a flathead? Shoot. That is nice. That's one thing I haven't caught here. We got flatheads here, but I ain't caught a whole lot of flatheads. I've only caught blue cats and channel cats, mainly. I haven't caught a whole lot of flatheads. Although that used to be my passion. It still is. I'm going to get back into it, but that's all I used to really fish for was catfish. And the only reason I fished for panfish was when I wanted to eat some or I wanted bait for catfish. Like brim and stuff. Blue, 69 pounds. That's nice. Where was that? What state is that? What state did you pull that one out of, Miss Kennedy? What state did you pull that big old catfish out of? I got both of mine. I got my about an 18-pound channel and about a 45-pound blue right here out of South Carolina. Not in Santee though. I'm not. I got Santee's a little bit of a drive for me. West Virginia, awesome. That's probably a pretty good sized fish from up there, ain't it? It seems like I don't see a whole lot of big fish pulled out of up northern. I mean, you're not up much further than I am, so. But has anybody else noticed that everything? I'm not using you as an example. It just makes me think of it once you get past the Mason-Dixon or whatever you want to call it, whatever you call it, the Virginia line there. It starts to get up towards the more colder northern. I don't see a lot of big cats pulled from up there. And to me, when the weather gets colder here in South Carolina, I seem to pull bigger catfish. You know what I mean? Like I seem to pull the bigger catfish in the colder months. I catch more catfish in summertime, but I catch bigger ones in it seems like in the colder months. If that makes sense. More quantity, less quality in the summer and hot months. You know what I mean? And more quality, less quantity in the colder months. Same there. That's awesome. What's up, John? Welcome, brother. Roger Wrestling said, you betcha. 21-pound channel. That's a trophy right there, y'all. You know what I mean? Spit some bars. You don't want me to run your night, brother. You don't want me to ruin your night and do that. It's getting close to bedtime, probably. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have them nightmares coming out from under your bed. Take me back to my old days. Yo, we got that nice little coat of epoxy. Now we're going to put a coat on this. That's what's next. Get it sealed. I don't like leaving these decals like this. I like to go ahead and get them on there. So that's what we're going to do. Said here too. Y'all, please like tap the screen for me if you don't mind. I'd appreciate it. I'd appreciate y'all if you tap the screen for me and give me a like there on the page or on the channel and subscribe if you don't mind. Especially if you're a rod builder, you do something custom like I'm doing. Definitely sub up to the page so I can sub back to you. You know what I mean? I think we should build a strong community of custom, whatever you're doing. Anything you might be doing is custom. I'm going to set it in there to that. Make sure it gets a good transfer there. There we go. You don't have to sit there and go. I don't like to go real fast like this. I always worry about peeling up my decal. I'll go straight up on the band down here, but not on my decal. I just do it just like I'm painting a wall. You put a nice thin coat all the way across it and level as you can get it, and this spinning right here, this flex coat's pretty good about sealing itself. And all we're going to do is put a nice little thin coat like that. Bam. It ain't going to be much to it. Throw a little heat on it. Get them bubbles out. Straighten it out like that. Woo. Give me just a minute, y'all. Set this other one up. Throw the rod on it. We're going to move it over some. And put it on this one. Set it up down here. Give me just a minute. There we go. Get that one spinning on that one. The problem with it is, y'all, is I got a 4-rod rack up here for 4-rod dryer. These rods are short rods, so they don't fit on my thing. I didn't think about doing a rod under 5 foot, so I can do like a 4'8" rod. It'll just make it. But these are a little under. These are about 4 foot in that size. Hell, I better get the rod. All right, we're gonna do the ugly stick. Same thing. Same thing. Put a coat of epoxy on the decal. It's good and dry. It's a little fast for my likings. Subbed up and liked, brother. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. I'll sub back to you, brother. I try to sub back to everybody that subs to the page, but if I don't, sometimes it won't let me, or I don't know. Y'all gotta comment on one of my videos, a different video. Y'all know what I'm talking about, so I can see you, and then I can click on you. Because for some reason, you don't get to see all your comments on a live after it's over. That's stupid to me, y'all. You only get to see the comments that were made after the live's over. How does that make? That don't make sense, y'all. Yeah, we're going to slap us on to do the same thing here we did on the other one. We're going to put us a nice coat of epoxy over our decal. Get it sealed up. I'm not getting all crazy thick with it. I just want to make sure I get enough on my edges of my... I want to make sure I get enough on the edges of my decal to hold it down good. Thin coat's all right, but it needs to be all the way down the decal. There we go. And we gotta just slap us a nice good thick coat on this thread right here. All this thread we got right here is a stopper for this real seat slide, and it puts a nice barrier for the other side of our decal, y'all. There we go. Shave it out a little bit. Fan it out a little bit. That thing looks like it's jumping. I don't know why that rod in front of me is jumping. It looks like it's jumping. I'm going to have to make sure I got it adjusted right. That thing will jump out of there if you don't watch out. I usually spin this faster, y'all, but I like to go a little slower so I can make sure I'm not slapping it on my decal, pulling it up. I just want to get epoxy right where I want epoxy. That's it. There we go. It ain't much to that one, y'all. Snapping epoxy on it. High Batch Tournament Series, Upper Peninsula, Michigan, North Wisconsin. That's awesome, brother. That's awesome, man. What type of rod you making today? Man, I'm just putting some decals on a couple of rods we've been working on. This is the ugly stick we've been working on. That's another one that we're doing. That one's going out to a follower. This is a personal rod of mine right here. This ugly stick that I'm redoing. We're finally putting some decals on them, brother. Can't stop these for too long. They're looking pretty good, y'all. Show y'all what we got. We'll stop that one for a minute. We just put that one on. I can't hold it too long. I don't like I'll be messed it up. It's pretty nice on there. That's Emily. It says Emily. We'll put a few more coats on that. We'll slap a few more coats on that, and it'll be right. And the one we just did is the ugly stick of mine. Boom. It says ugly stick. Oh yeah. You know, a couple of coats and level out, and it'll look nice, y'all. Those things come out pretty good. I always hate putting decals on, y'all. I always hate putting decals on because you mess them up. You got to buy a new one. You got to redo it. You got to do all this crap, and that sucks. You know what I mean? To be honest with you. It'll level out. We'll get this thing leveled out. You know what I mean? Any imperfections or anything that we have, we'll have a couple of coats to put on it that we can do anything we need to. You know, make a fix here or there, or fix some imperfections on it. You know what I mean? And it'll be right. Those are looking pretty good to me. I give it a pass. I give it a pass. You know what I mean? Subbed and commented, sent a pic. Awesome. There you go. That's awesome. I'll check you out. When I get off here, I'll check everybody out, y'all. And I'll sub back. I want to sub to everybody that subs to me. You know what I mean? I don't mind subbing back to people. I want to show the love. And I'll definitely check y'all out. Because there's some people tell me, a lot of people get on all the time. Hey, I was just live. And I'm like, well, dang, I missed it. You know, I wasn't doing nothing. I was just hanging out, working on rods. Instead of me watching, you know, or talking to y'all on the screen here, I could have been, you know, watching y'all or something building rods. So if anybody goes live or does anything like that, make sure y'all let me know. Y'all, I put it in there once already. If you want to send a message to me or something, I'm gonna slap it in there one more time. It's BigSrod's@outlook.com. That's how you can send me a message or something like that if you want to get a hold of me. Whenever we hit 1,000 subscribers on the page, y'all, I'm going to do a nice, awesome package and send it out to an awesome subscriber. You know what I mean? Showing all y'all support once we hit that point there and all. So I've set up an email here. It's mainly for social media. I just put it in the chat there. It's just BigSrod's wrote out, outlook.com. If you need to get a hold of me or talk about anything, you can send emails to that email. Talk to me about it. You know what I mean? That's how you're going to get a hold of me anyway if you do become the lucky subscriber at 1K. So... But y'all, I just wanted to go over the decals, show y'all how I put decals on, the steps I go through to it, you know what I mean, how I do my thing, you know what I mean. Some people, other people do it different. There might be easier ways and better ways. I don't know. I'd love to learn them. If that's, hit the email right there and send me some. If you know a better way or easier way, something I might be doing that I could be improving, let me know. I'm always up for that, just to let y'all know, you know what I mean. The bloom. Dang, dude, calm down, rambling off like an auction. Man, I got high energy lives. That's why I get so much that's why I get so many views, man. That's why I get so many views on my lives. That's why I get so many followers. That's why my lives have 30, 40, 50 people in them sometimes, man. It's because of that high energy, brother. I'd never lose it. You couldn't take it from me either. Y'all, I'm going to wrap this thing up. I appreciate y'all jumping on here tonight. Make sure y'all have a great Monday. Enjoy the rest of your evenings. That's how you do decals right there. The BigSrod way. I got to go to work in the morning, so I got to jump off here, y'all. How much on the rod? I don't know, man. Send me an email. We can talk about it. They vary. They vary from prices, man. Depends on how much you want done and what you want done and what all I got to do to it. You know what I mean? There's a lot out into it. There's a whole lot going on in it. You know what I mean? Y'all, appreciate y'all hitting that pound button. 34 likes. Appreciate that. Y'all make sure y'all have a great rest of y'all's night. All right? We'll catch y'all on the next go round, everybody. BigSrod's getting ready. Sign off.